The reality is, we don't want to be your next brokerage. We really want to be your last brokerage. Hey there, welcome back to my Epique Journey. I am Brandon DeVere, and thank you, as always, for tuning in and sharing your time with me as we take this journey to go from 600 to 0 to 600 plus. That is the journey that we are on and very excited about. If you have any questions right now, immediately, and you want to know about Epique Realty, do me a favor, click the link below in the description, in the comments, or just reach out to me directly. I'm on social everywhere. Just find me there and reach out. That's how I'm having a bunch of people contact me through everywhere: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, commenting, on these as well. But as we get into this, man, I had so many different. So the challenge of doing a video every day, essentially, is that sometimes it's tough to go throughout the day and find things to talk about. And you try to like stretch. The other challenge is when so many things hit. Like I had probably like 7 or 8 topics that I wanted to discuss today, and I'm keeping this. I don't want to throw them all out at once. I try to keep it to like one. I don't want to say lesson or anything like that, but one topic a day as I go through this, because there's it. Sometimes I run out of stuff to think about and talk about, and I want to make sure I'm not throwing it up all over you guys and have you not get any of it because it's too all over the place. But a couple things I wanted to talk about today were a quote that I heard by John Cheplack many years ago, and I've used it twice in 2 days, and that's why I wanted to talk about that. And I'll get to that in a second. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit is I love the comments, people commenting. It's all great. I go through and I check them, and I try to respond to all of them. And if they're not right away, I try to get to them at a reasonable time. But I did get one yesterday that was very, very polite, very kind, and it was on a different video. But the comment where it had a sentence in there that said, it basically said I didn't say anything about Epique, and I was only saying things about EXP, and I was walking a fine line. So I just want to clarify and clear it up here. The reason that particular video didn't talk about Epique and the benefits and all that stuff is because I put 3 things that I want, 3 reasons why I left EXP to join Epique. And those 3 reasons were all that I really discussed. Those were the 3 main reasons. Now that I'm at Epique, there's way more reasons. But those 3 were the point of that video. And furthermore, you've heard me say it here before, I'm eternally grateful, forever grateful for what EXP has provided me and my family, me for my mindset, and what I believe to be possible. So anytime that is, I don't feel that I'm walking a fine line with talking about EXP, because it was my experience, and that's my truth of the experience that happened, and it was nothing negative. I was not looking to leave EXP. I had 0 interest in leaving EXP. It was exactly what I needed for the time that I was there. For 5.5 years, it was exactly what I needed, and Epique happens to be exactly what I need now. So that's just wanted to recap that a little bit, just so there's no misinformation or misunderstandings on my feelings of EXP, because even now when I go into these Facebook groups, I get super frustrated when people are just slamming EXP over and over again. I get frustrated and be like, why? Well, you don't understand what you're arguing at is that you don't understand, and I can tell by the comments in it. And so still get frustrated about that. Very grateful, happy. I have a ton of friends at EXP. Very thankful for them. So just wanted to touch on that. But the today I had a meeting yesterday, last minute, like impromptu meeting with one of our agents that wanted to have me come in and talk to this agent and explain what Epique was. And then same thing I had this morning. I had somebody tell me, well, you know what, I need help. They were also with a former brokerage, but they were reaching out to me because they want to start participating in agent attraction, but they don't want to be the attractor, if that makes sense. So what my goal is to take as much off of the plate. I've signed up, like I have assumed the role of someone who will present, someone who will get in front of camera, someone who will talk to my downlines guests that they have. My goal is try to get them to just be an inviter, and I can go in, have the conversations, and we can go from there. Because there are people that want to participate in rev share and things like that, but they're also nervous that they're going to have to be a presenter. They don't feel like they're a recruiter, and the reality is they're probably not a recruiter. 99% of agents do not get into real estate to become a recruiter, and so when that happens, it's like, yeah, I don't want to participate in that because I'll have to do all these things. I'm trying to take as much of that off the plate as possible from the agent, because the reality is, like, for me today, I don't. Full disclosure, I hardly do any production. So I do get a lot of new lender friends that are like, oh, hey, maybe we should get together and get coffee, because they heard that I had 600 agents at EXP, and they're like, oh, well, maybe we should have a conversation, and then but they don't realize that I'm not the one doing most of the transactions, and I still do them from time to time. I'm just not doing a bunch of them, and the reason being is that, like, today I had a call for an agent that I was talking to. I had a meeting for an agent that was talking with someone that I needed to help them with. And then same thing last night at 6:30, 6 to 7 last night. I think I got home at about 8:30. We were on a call and a meeting with another team that was brought to us by someone else. So the reality is I spent a lot of time pouring in, and this is kind of what I talked about. I believe it was yesterday. I talked about pouring into my downline, and not just like giveaways and stuff like that, but something that, hey, you want help doing this? This agent today asked me this morning, is like, I want somebody to help me recruit, and I kind of had to ask, what does that look like to you? Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that I'm creating a funnel for you? I created a book that I had agents give out. And they'll give it out to people as part of a conversation starter and a mindset shifter. But really, it was super simple for him. He just said, I want somebody to explain it, that I can't. And I don't expect everybody to learn everything about the company. If there's a certain thing that you're excited about within the company, you talk about that, and then get them in front of me, and I'll present for you. And so that's where we get a lot of people get nervous about joining in this type of scenario. What's actually funny is one of the agents that I was working with today, she told me when she joined me, I actually sponsored her. She brought somebody else in today that we were talking to, and what's funny is that she came in and was like, I want to participate in RevShare, but I don't want to be a recruiter. And I said, don't be a recruiter, be an inviter. So she started inviting people. Well, now she's recruiting a bunch of agents, and it's turning out to be like she's very good at it. But what her strength is, she still does real estate, and then she invites people, every now and again, and she's inviting the right people. So that's pretty cool. One of the conversations that I had yesterday, I don't know where that one's going to go, but we were talking to them, and they were trying to make a rush decision and all these things. And before, again, this isn't on EXP. This was on myself. When I was with EXP, I myself, let's clarify this, not EXP, I myself put so much pressure on me to win every single meeting. I have to get this person to join. I have to get this person to join. Where I'm at now, I'm more comfortable with myself. And this is, part of the journey, right? I'm into 6 years now of this type of model where I am recruiting agents and agent attraction. But now I've gotten to that point, and it could be the time. It could be maybe I'm just more comfortable with some of the benefits that we're offering, that I truly believe that this is the best spot for people. Not everyone, and maybe I'll comment on a Facebook comment on that later on. But I don't believe this to be the perfect place for everyone, but I believe it to be a very opportunistic place for many people. And but again, it's not for everyone, and I've never said that it has been. And so one of the things that I heard many years ago about Coach John Cheplack, he's big. I wasn't following him. This video is probably 10 years old. I wasn't following him then. I started following him about 4 or 5 years ago is when I first started learning about him. And so when I started learning about him, I started digging back into some other stuff that he did. And he said something that was pretty profound to me. And this is how I truly feel. Like, we don't want to be your next brokerage. we want to be your last brokerage. Like we don't want you just to sign up and be with us and then turn around and then leave in 6, 12 months, maybe even 3 years, whatever it is. Like we want to be able to provide enough. And here I'm speaking on behalf of the owners, really, just because I've seen what they put into it. And I don't see them wanting just the next, warm a seat. Let's get the next person in here. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today was that, like, we are, and again, back to the beginning, I'm not saying that EXP is only taking people just to take people. They just want everybody. I just want to clear the air on that one. But at the same time, I do believe that we definitely want to be the last brokerage and bringing people over here for the long term and for as hopefully as long as their career lasts is with us, and that's kind of what we're doing. So we don't want to be your next brokerage. We want to be your last brokerage, and hopefully that's something that you're looking for. Is not something super shiny. And again, if you heard me before, I've told people mid call, as soon as I realize, not in a rude way, not trying to be like, oh, this is over, this call's over. But I can tell sometimes when this isn't the right fit for somebody, and I'll be honest and tell them, because it's we're not typically not looking for just everybody. We're looking for the right people, and so far we're growing with the right people. And there's probably going to be a few that turn out not to be the right ones, but our goal is to find the right ones, however many we can, and grow in the right way. I'm hearing massive, like there's rumors of massive agents and teams making their way over, and it's going to be it's going to be a wild ride. It already is. This last week, my phone, I've been so busy, hardly had a chance to do anything. It's already 5:30 right now. Eva and I are going to go out and have a little celebratory dinner, and I'll keep you posted on what that was, what we're celebrating, so you have an idea of what it was. But yes, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Facebook, Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me in all those different spots, and also comment here. Send me an email, Brandon@brandondevere.com. Send it there. Wherever you want to find me, send it on over. So, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.